Hello and welcome. How are you? So you're interested in Student Government Association, Mohammed?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you a quick little presentation and then you can ask all the questions that you want. And also our secretary, Gone, is on and can help answer questions from the student perspective.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'm going to share my screen. All right. You want to be an SGA officer. My name is Jana Weiss. I'm the Student Life Coordinator for Global Online Student Government Association. And so that means I am the Student Government Association Advisor for Global Online. So what is Student Government Association? It's representative assembly elected by students and their respective college. So all of ours will be elected by online college students. And the members government serve for a term of 1 year. And the purpose of student government to represent the student body of their representative college, which is global online. So basically, it's the aim to make students like and more responsive to online students. We want y'all to be involved. We want you to have wonderful experiences. We want you to come to SGA and say, hey, these are the issues we're having. Can you take this to your administration? So what all does SGA do? Members serve on various committees. There's the Student Fee Advisory Committee. That's the committee where we receive all of our funding. The United Student Council, elected SJ officers can sit on the United Student Council. They're elected at our fall meeting retreat. And the United Student Council is the student government for all of HCC. So they really focus on every student that is attending Houston City College, whereas Global Online SGA really deals with online students. We represent different college committees, and that require the insight input of the student body. You help with campus events, or rather, our global online welcome weekend, trivia, there's registration fairs, students. So there's a little bit of everything. We do lots of events. SCA does events and Student Life does events, so we kind of intermingle quite a lot. You also get to attend student leadership conferences, which is the Texas Junior College Student Government Association. We are a member of this, and we are part of Region 5. We hold officer positions in Region 5 and on the state board. There's also the American Student Government Association, which we try to attend various conferences for that. And Community College Day, which is every other year. So next year we'll be going to the Capitol to talk to representatives and about what HCC is all about and what they're in need of. And of course, we do lots of community service events, whether online or in person. Just a few things to know. You're required to hold 5 office hours a week. That's just kind of, above board. Everybody has to do that at every campus, no matter what SGA officer you're on. I work a little bit different with my SGA officers, but they still kind of do office hours. There is a time commitment. It really depends on the week on what's going on and how much time commitment it is and what your position is. There's some weeks there may be 5 to 10 hours that you're doing. Other weeks it could be an hour or 2. So, but there is additional stuff that you'll be doing, like attending the events, planning, writing up meeting minutes, depending on what the position is. And so, as I said before, the student government advisor is Student Life coordinator at your college. That would be myself for Global Online. And there is chain of command as in anywhere that starts and goes all the way up through our dean and our vice president, president, and so forth. And we work very closely together. Now, there are 7 different student governments, as I've been hinting at. Ours is Global Online. So there's a student government association at each of the different locations. So we have Central, we have Coleman, which is health sciences. You have to be attending Coleman. Northeast, you have to be taking classes at Northeast, and that's like Northline, those campuses. Northwest is the Katy area. Online, of course, is us. Southeast, and then Southwest is the Stafford, Missouri City area. So who's on the team and what's in it for you? So there's 7 positions. There's the president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, parliamentarian, humanitarian, and historian. And so a lot of it is you get a lot of experience networking, practicing leadership skills, communication, delegation, budgeting, programming, networking can make a difference on your college community. You get to travel, leadership conferences, and make a lifelong friend. Create a lot of memories. Which positions are available? First, we have the president. They really lead the meetings. They're the official spokesperson. We have the vice president who really takes care of the SGA events and the marketing and promotion. They work on Eagle Engage a lot, create flyers. Secretary is the note taker, chief corresponding. You're checking the official online SGA email. You're taking all of the meeting minutes and sending those out each week. Treasurer, you're in charge of the College Activities Board and SFAC. The College Activity Board is the one that gives out funding to online student organizations. So you're setting up a committee, you're collecting different CAD applications, and then you're doing financial events throughout the year. Historian, your official picture taker, take videos, help with the scrapbook because we have state competitions and that fun stuff. Humanitarian community service event. Every semester we work on doing community service events. And then we have the parliamentarian, who is over our Robert's Rules of Order and Constitution and voting events that happen each semester. So right now we're having one this week, later on this week, about voting for the primary. What are the qualifications? You must be in good standing both academically and in matters of student conduct. So, you can't have any issues going on, accident reports, things like that. You need to have a 2.75 GPA. You have to serve as an SGA officer where you're taking majority of your classes. For online, because of the way it's structured, you have to be taking at least one online class each semester, fall and spring. You have to be able to serve the entire time. So you're elected here in the fall, the spring semester, but really you start working things this summer, and then you're here through next May. So it's a full academic year term. However, if you get in trouble with the student code of conduct or your GPA falls below, you can be removed from office. So now what? This is the election guidelines. So February 16th, SGA election applications open. They will be available on Eagle Engage. You have a full week or so to fill out the application, and February 28th, the applications will close. Monday, March 16th, we notify candidates if they're eligible to run. We have to go in and check eligibility, GPAs, all that good stuff. Make sure you're in the right SGA. Some were like, oh, I want to run for Central. And they were like, you're not taking any classes at Central. Or like, you might want to run for this campus. It's what classes you're taking now, not necessarily what you're taking in the fall, which is how we have to base that off of at the moment. So March 23rd, SJ candidates can start campaigning. April 1st, SGA election voting starts, and that is done through Eagle Engage. April 8th, SJ voting ends, and then April 15th, we announce the results. And then in May, after graduation, all the grades are in, we recheck your grades to make sure that you're still eligible. So if you're elected, you'll be elected by the student life coordinator at our college, which will be me. And we'll talk about the leadership retreat. Options required to attend all days. It's in August. It's for 2 days. It's usually during the week before school starts. And it's one of the few times that online is together as a group in person, because most of our meetings and everything, except for trainings, are online. You'll have to sign an SGA contract outlining the duties, criteria, and responsibilities of your position. If you fill those, you will get a small stipend. Elected officers' GPAs will be double checked at the end of the spring semester, and you'll begin to work closely with the student life coordinator plan for fall 2026. We really start working hard in July. So we might have one meeting in June and meet and greet and stuff, but July we really get things going to get started in August. So questions, comments, any concerns you may have, let me know. I'm going to stop sharing so that you can ask questions. Donna and I can answer any of your questions. What type of questions do you have, Mohammed? You can type your questions in the chat or unmute to ask any of your questions. Mohammed, do you have any questions? If you do, you are muted. Oh, you're typing in the chat.
Yeah, I just got out of class. It might be a bit noisy, but I want to ask about the elections again.
What about the election? Which part?
Sorry, I'm asking when do the voting start and when does it finish?
I'll pull the slide back up that covered that. I'll share my screen again. So on Monday, February 16th, the applications will be available on Eagle Engage for you to sign up. And then the application closes on February 28th. Just take a picture of this if you like. On March 16th, you're notified if you can run or not. Make sure you meet all the criteria and you're eligible. On the 23rd, you can start campaigning, and then voting starts April 1st and ends April 8th.
And also the United Student Government. It's is it like all of the student associations together?
The USC is elected from the 7 different SGA officers during the fall retreat. And so you have to be a member of student government associations to be elected to the United Student Council. And then they are the voice of every student at Houston City College, whereas Global Online is the voice for online students.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was really helpful.
I'm glad. Any other questions?
No, thank you. That's all my question.
Well, thank you for coming and learning more about Student Government Association. I would start going to the Student Government General Assemblies to learn more. Every student government has a General Assembly each month. So I would attend one of those to kind of see what it looks like. And you can find those on Eagle Engage.
And also, how could we contact you?
You can go to hcc.online, SGA at hccs.edu. I'm putting it in the chat, and you can send us an email. You can also contact us through Eagle Engage. You can go to the SGA student organization and click on contact and send us an email through there too.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for attending, Mohammed.
You're welcome.
Have a good
Thank you so much.
Out if you have any more questions. I know sometimes they pop up afterwards, and feel free to email us if you have any questions. Thank you
Okay,
for attending today. Have a wonderful week.
thank you so much.